how's it doing? My name is Callista, and I am a wannabe artist. I'm here to paint for people, and I'm gonna be doing a Studio Ghibli kind of vibe because I'm using gouache painting of an old motel that my mom used to manage. Yes, crazy lore drop. My mom used to manage a motel up in the mountains. It totally looked like the Bates Motel, so we're gonna kind of spruce it up a little bit in this drawing. As you can see, I am working on my perspective. I'm horrible at it because I don't take the time to ever use a ruler. So later on it'll get better when I start painting. Right now it looks sad. Sad and frumpy, we'll give it that. Here I am painting trees. These are trees. I don't know much to say about it. Just I definitely do not like the front branch or start of the tree, trunk of the tree, because it is way too dark of a wash, and I'm gonna fix that later. But I'm starting to add in yellows and greens on top of that brown to kind of make them look more realistic and the vibe that I'm going for. So another fun thing about this painting is I made sure to put a little personal effect in it that was kind of like the main object. Somebody, I don't know if it was my mom or the owner of the motel that she was living in and helping out, they put these really cute star metal things that were hung up, and I loved them so much because the light would shine through them, and I tried to capture it in a picture so many times and I just couldn't, but in reality it was gorgeous. So I'm trying to kind of mimic that here in my painting instead. I want to kind of keep those boxes in the foreground, so you'll see me filling them in with white. My favorite thing about gouache is that the color is so vibrant and popping, and I love acrylics, but I always water them down, and I hate watercolor because I just can't, I don't know why, I just cannot figure out watercolor. So I like that gouache is a perfect medium for me personally. The only kind of paint that I have not worked with yet is oil, and I'm kind of scared to. So I don't know why, but I'm just kind of scared to use oil paints. So here's me using gouache. So here's me trying to get fancy and kind of change everything up. I did not like the way that the building originally looks. I'll insert a photo at the end of my reference. It's spooky, so I'm trying to make it more whimsical, kind of cottagecore vibes. We love that. It just was not working out the way I wanted it to because my horrible perspective when I drew it in the first place. Here I'm trying to make it more colorful, more whimsical, like I said. I even added the traffic cone. Haha, hashtag realism. It just was not making me happy. So I went back to the trees here. One of my favorite parts about Studio Ghibli paintings or just the artwork in all of those movies is the trees. So that's why there is so much focus on foliage here. I really just love how they stand out, and the artist is just so talented. I don't know. So now I'm focusing kind of on the foreground, going back and forth. I decided to add a cute little waterfall, sleigh. So there I am, adding a waterfall and doing a gray background, kind of mapping out where my clouds are gonna go. I didn't really have that many blues to work with, so I kind of blended them how I needed to, and then I said, the mountain shall be pink. I don't know. It's Candy Mountain Charlie. It's Candy Mountain. So, and then I was like, let me just do a little wash, and then I ruined half the painting, and I realized that it was not fully dry, even though gouache is supposed to dry fast. So, that happened too. So now I'm working on the waterfall, kind of going back and forth between the waterfall and the house, and the waterfall and the house here. Last minute decision here to outline the metal star decorations with purple instead of making them metal, because I like the way it made them pop and kind of gave it that whimsical vibe here. I started to lose the outline of the mountain and I couldn't really tell what it was, so I started adding some pinks and some purples, blending them in together just to kind of give a better defined look. And then I'm also trying to fix the house again. Here's me going back and trying to save it, and then you'll see me in a second probably just completely wash over it and redo it, because I was just not happy. Now for the lighting, I really wanted to mimic the way that it bounces through the trees, so here you'll just see me mapping out where the yellow from my main point of lighting is going to kind of hit certain parts of the artwork. I decided that everything was wrong with this house and I just could not fix it. At first I tried to go in with a peach. It was just, I was not a fan. It was not a Bowser Peaches I love you thing. It was a Peaches gross it's gotta go thing. And I'm starting to slowly wet it and kind of wipe out the color that was originally put down, which is another benefit of the gouache too, is that I was able to just kind of swoop it off. And here I am adding foliage to the front house now in a different color. I thought maybe going with a blue look blue-green look would give it some more depth, but also not take away from the rest of the painting. This was the point where the painting started to really come together for me. I added more greenery, and then when I added the waterfall too, the little tiny white kind of bluish effects here really kind of made me feel like I was getting somewhere with the painting finally. Here here I'm just adding the finishing touches. I just gave up on the house at this point, but I'm adding a little bit of, you know, shadow dimension, and I'm lining some extra stuff. Pretty much just finishing off a little bit of line work here and there. I have a problem with adding black line work, so this is my first painting without it, and I hope you guys enjoy. And as I promised, here are the 2 reference photos I used. It's terrifying. Subscribe to my channel if you liked this. I'm gonna try and do better next time, and thanks for watching.